With all of the AI tools that are out there, there are so many ways to make clip art packs that sell on Etsy in bulk. But what I'm going to show you today is my new favorite way to create clip art that actually sells. If you are new around here, I am the owner of Bailey Design Co., a 7-figure digital design shop that does sell things like clip art, individual PNG designs, tumbler wraps, just to name a few. And I now teach others how to create the same types of digital shops and print-on-demand shops on this YouTube channel and in my online community, the Etsy Growth Club. So the example that we're gonna work through today is just given the own data from my own shop. Looking at the data from my own shop, this individual clip art PNG design has made over $700. This one here has done over $3,800, and this one $446. So just a few different examples of how popular this style can be. So this new AI flow, and it's funny that I'm calling it a flow because that's actually what it's called, is new to Kittl. So over here in Kittl, what I'm gonna start off with first is a new project. So I'm just clicking on new project here, and I like to size my clip art at 5,000 by 5,000 pixels. So this just ensures that it's large enough for any type of project or craft that the individual could be using it for. So I've just clicked create. So now I just have a 1-to-1 ratio or a square. And so now I first need to either add my prompt or my image. So this works if you have an image that you've already created, you can add it here. So say you got it from a different AI generator, you could add it here and then repeat this process. However, I prefer to use the built-in AI generator here in Kittl so that I can just keep it all from one platform, and it makes it all super easy when I go to download. So what I'm gonna do is paste my prompt in here. This prompt will be included down in the description because it is rather long. And then I just use the Dolly watercolor clip art style, which I do have it saved here or recently used because I use it a lot. And then I'm just clicking generate. I didn't edit this part out because this is true with any AI tool. There are always some imperfections, and sometimes it does take more than one generation to get exactly what you're looking for. But the issue here is obviously that the bee's head is gone or cut off. So this would not be a good one to replicate into a pack of clip art. So be sure to double check whenever you are running your AI generations, regardless of where you are creating them. So I've just clicked generate again, and this will just take a couple of seconds. And usually it's pretty much within 1 to 3 rolls for me if using Dolly 3 for clip art within Kittl until I get the one that I want to use. Okay, so this next one, it turned out really good. I like that one is actually flying up here and then the two are on the flower over here. So I will go ahead and use this one. So the next step in this process is to select your artboard. So you're just going to want to make sure that you click on the artboard and make sure that it's selected. If you can't click and just grab it here by clicking on artboard so that it is selected. If you've never tried out Kittl, there will be a link for them down in the description below. So do be sure to check it out. Okay, so my next step is to select my artboard. So you can just do that by clicking on the artboard right here, and then in the right hand panel I'm just going to click on add smartboard. So you can see that that generated another board that is the same size, and so now I have a little prompt box over here that is going to allow me to make changes to this design and basically keep replicating as many times as I want to. Now I can add more by just clicking this little arrow button here, which is super helpful. So I'm gonna click, let's just say we're doing a pack of 5. So it's just like a smaller bundle. So now we have 4 little artboards. Let me zoom back out so we can all see these. And then I'm gonna go to the one that I need to so that I am back on this original one so I can generate from there. So now that I have my next one selected, all I'm gonna do is change the prompt in here by either changing the color palette, maybe changing the floral itself, or maybe changing the bees to butterfly if you were doing like a mixed type of pack. But it's really easy to quickly generate these from this base original prompt and image. So all I've typed in is change the floral color to neon green and blue, and then click generate. And I've also made sure that this transparent background box is checked so that it's always generating it as a transparent background, so that I don't need to go back and click the button to remove the background. Okay, so now I've zoomed in so you can see that it did essentially that. Even the floral placement is the same, the bees are the same, which is good, except for actually it added the little tip of the wing that was kind of cut off on this original one that I didn't notice earlier. So it did fix that, which is great. And so now I can just move on to my next one and do my next color change or edit. So for this one, I went a little bit crazier and did change the floral to a leopard print and neon pink, just because I want to see what it does. I want to see if it's still the same particular type of watercolor style that I want it to be, but have a grungy, more leopard print type of aesthetic, which I probably should have added the word grunge in there. While you're waiting, you can also click on your other smart boards, go into your little prompt box and make your changes and click generate. So essentially you could be having all of these go at once. You could very easily have ChatGPT actually write you your 10 clip art prompts, say for this bee watercolor type of a set, and have it change the color palette for each one, keeping the same design aesthetic so that you're just not making individual changes. Then you could copy and paste them in here individually. I do have several videos on this channel where I show going through a ChatGPT flow to get your image prompts. So I will link that down in the description below. So the leopard one did flatten it out just a bit, but it actually looks really good. They look more like spots instead of a leopard print. So I could have been a little bit more descriptive as far as describing the grungy leopard type of a pattern that I wanted, versus just like black polka dot spots on the floral. I went ahead and kept it the same for the yellow one, but looking at that now, also not a wise choice because it kind of blends the bees in because the colors are too close. Okay, so here is my final one. I did realize that as you go along and you do all of them at once, it's going to do the same thing as far as what I said with the leopard here, because I did not specify something different. So going back, I would just work from them next to next to next versus adding them all at once, because I might not want the polka dot spots on everything else. Now, since all of these have the background already removed, I can just go ahead and grab them and then come up here and make sure all artboards are selected, which they should be if you went ahead and grabbed them all just like that. You can click the optimize quality, make sure your size is correct here, and then download. So once you've downloaded them, you will want to most likely zip them into a folder and then add that as a PDF to your Etsy listing so that they can download the PDF, click the link, because the sizes for these are going to be too large to be able to upload to Etsy, assuming that you are making them at a very high quality, and also due to the number that are usually shared in clip art sets. So you won't often see a clip art pack less than usually 10, and Etsy only gives us 5 digital file spaces, which is why you'll just want to zip them in a folder, put them in a Google Drive, and then link that in your PDF for the customer. Now, to mock these up, the easiest way is just to grab a Canva template for about $1. This is a good one here, and that way you can just drag and drop your images into them, and it will already have the little branded element here to put what it is, how many are in it, etc. So I highly recommend using a Canva frame mockup if you want to save as much time as possible to get your listing image ready. There are lots of them on Etsy. Just type in clip art mockup and you'll be given lots of different Canva examples of what they include. And for the most part, they include multiple different types of mockup for a really low amount. As always, thanks so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video.